Another very busy 24 hours on the fire lines.
The Caldor Fire continues to move east toward Lake Tahoe. You can see the movement on a map that we're going to show you shortly. The Caldor Fire has now burned more than 139,000 acres. Here's that map, and it's 12% contained. Nearly 470 homes have been destroyed.
And more Caldor Fire evacuation warnings were ordered today. Parts of Alpine County around Kirkwood are also being asked to get ready to leave. Parts of South Lake Tahoe also preparing to get out of harm's way if needed. ABC 10's Van 2 is at the Caldor Fire looking at what might happen if South Lake needs to evacuate. ABC 10's Tracy Humphrey tracking the return of more dangerous fire weather.
But we start with ABC 10's Giacomo Luca live at a new wildfire tonight. This one has been threatening Jamestown and Sonora. Giacomo.
Well, Chris and Madison, this was a dangerously close call for both of those towns, very sizable here in the Sierra. Fire crews now seem to have a very good grasp on it. Still, active burning remains in the area, leaving many out of their homes tonight.
Never thought I'd see it today.
Cal Fire crews aggressively attacked the Washington fire, which sparked up near Highways 108 and 49 Thursday afternoon. Kim Ryer watched anxiously as the blaze burned near her Jamestown home.
I am, but if I lose everything, it can be replaced, so I'm good. I'm all right.
Flames grew dangerously close to the Tuolumne County Utility District as crews battled the fire from the ground and the air. Firefighters on scene say structures have been destroyed, though we're waiting for an official tally of just how many and what types.
I was out of town. My husband was gone. Our neighbors saved our dogs.
Many residents were away from their homes when the fire broke out, sending some, like Adam Orozco, into a panic.
When I first came in from out of town, and all I could see was a plume of smoke, and I immediately, my heart sunk, and I almost broke down because I thought the house is gone, everything's gone, the whole neighborhood's gone.
He feels better now. He can see his home is safe from a distance, but is waiting with his neighbors outside a police roadblock to be allowed back home.
Yeah, just waiting for them to give us all clear because I got nowhere else to go.
Now tonight, Cal Fire crews remain in the area working to clean up any hot spots and get those down by morning, when the Tuolumne County Sheriff's Office says they plan to announce whether or not folks will be allowed to return. That'll be at around 10 a.m. this tomorrow morning. As you can see right now, there are still many folks trying to get back into their homes, but tonight they are being turned around at these evacuation points and road closures. Back to you.
Oh, Giacomo, a lot of people will have to have some patience tonight. Hopefully we'll have some more good updates tomorrow for those living near the fire.
Again, quick actions today by firefighters stopped what could have been a major disaster. Coming up at 11:15, ABC 10's John Bartell has a closer look at the resources that jumped into action when this fire started. Meanwhile, things are growing more dire in the Caldor Fire.
We visited the popular Sierra at Tahoe ski resort today in Twin Bridges off Highway 50. It's now in the danger zone of this fire. The resort's general manager says he's following along from a command center in Placerville and believes people are going to fight real hard to save this area.
About every other person taps me on the shoulder and says, I learned how to ski there, or I have a pass there. So a guy yesterday was wearing a Sierra at Tahoe face mask.
There is some hope the parking lots and slopes at Sierra at Tahoe will act as a natural fire break.
And here's another look at the Caldor Fire map. A worst case scenario is that this fire reaches the Tahoe Basin. ABC 10's Van 2 joins us with more from Highway 50 tonight.
We are just a few miles east of Kybers, where this is a common sight off of Highway 50. An orange glow of fire from both directions that has really made it difficult for us to pass Highway 50, where the Caldor Fire spread along the highway and towards the community of Strawberry. Now, this high fire activity we are seeing putting the more populated Tahoe Basin on high alert. The advice from emergency officials: you don't have to wait for official orders to leave. The road blocked by thick smoke, embers pounding the windshield, fire raging on both sides. This was what it was like driving through closed Highway 50 Thursday afternoon, a couple of miles east of Kybers. Strike teams rushing to protect a number of cabins off 36 Milestone as dry trees lit up like matchsticks. The high fire activity heading into the weekend putting South Lake Tahoe residents on high alert. Though no evacuations have been called for the city proper, air quality and traffic congestion concerns have prompted some to leave anyway.
I didn't want to deal with that at all. It sounded awful and stressful, and so I decided to skip town early.
Emily Lauren evacuated on Saturday, opting to take Highway 89 to Interstate 80 to her family in Yuba City. But a majority of residents and tourists may only have one way out if the fire gets to town. That's Highway 50 east towards Nevada.
I figured there's 20,000 or more people in Tahoe, and I didn't want to deal with the traffic and leaving and sitting in 10 hours of one lane trying to get out.
California emergency officials say if you're uncomfortable or unsure, don't wait for a formal notification.
It is always better to evacuate too early than too late.
They say evacuation orders mean there is an immediate threat. Warnings mean people should expect an order to come soon.
So let's bring in meteorologist Tracy Humphrey now with more on the fire threat, Tracy.
Oh yeah, we are talking about a lot of different avenues that we can take over the course of the next couple of hours. We got winds picking up, a red flag warning comes in, and then we turn our attention to what could be a really big change in the weather pattern that could unfortunately lead that fire right into the back door of the Tahoe Basin. So let's take a look at the winds. They're not really an issue currently. Fairly calm down near Sonora, where we have the Washington fire and the Arola fire. Also, we're looking at the Caldor Fire, where we're looking at east to northeast winds coming in from the Placerville area. But winds are expected to pick up tomorrow. Well, let's talk about the winds. The winds have had everything to do with South Lake Tahoe and the fact that they're looking at another day of the world's worst air quality. So I'm going to be moving in to our AQI numbers. That's our air quality index. You can see 723, 766, 803. Just in case you're wondering, 301, 301 or higher is considered hazardous. So you get the idea. You don't need to be outside. You got to limit your time outside, especially for the little ones. So will the air quality improve? Depends on where you are. Take a look at our smoke forecast. Got a whole lot of purple in there. That's that hazardous air quality. It's still lingering in South Lake Tahoe, moving into the Placerville area because of the Caldor Fire. That again coming around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then what happens? All of this red coming down through Yuba City into Sacramento, Fairfield, and Stockton. That's because winds tomorrow coming in out of the north, taking all of that smoke from the Dixie Fire, the McFarland Fire, and pushing it right into our back door. The opportunity for unhealthy air quality for many parts of the valley still in the forecast through Saturday morning. Outside right now, it's 70 degrees in Sacramento, 72 in Stockton, mid-60s in Auburn, the lower 70s in Placerville. And again, a red flag warning kicking off tomorrow morning.